Is it too late to buy Bitcoin? The price is already sky high, so can you still make gains from it? If you're new to crypto and just starting to dip your toes in, you're probably wondering if jumping in now is a smart move. And let me tell you, I have been in your shoes. When I first ventured into crypto, I had the same doubts, but let me share my own experience to you. Getting into Bitcoin was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. So in this video, I'm going to break down why it's still not too late to buy, how you can make money in this crypto bull run, and when you should exercise caution and think about taking profits. If you're vibing with what I'm saying, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more investment insights just like this one. So, am I too late to buy Bitcoin? One simple answer is no, because A, the bull market is not over yet, and B, the crypto industry is definitely staying in the long haul. Every cycle of Bitcoin, we have people asking the same question because they feel like they missed the buzz after a huge run up, but every Bitcoin cycle, we have people saying that they wish they bought Bitcoin at a certain price. You see, Bitcoin is very mathematical. It has been following a pattern, a price movement basically ever since it was created. This is because Bitcoin has a halving mechanism. Right now, miners are producing 900 Bitcoins on a daily basis, but after April of 2024, which is just a month away, the produce of Bitcoin will get cut into half and only 450 Bitcoins will be created in a day instead. And if you're wondering, how often will this halving event occur? It would happen every roughly 4 years, so that's why I say Bitcoin is mathematical and logical. There have only been 3 halving events in Bitcoin history, which is the year of 2012, 2016, and 2020. The halving event will continue until the last Bitcoin is expected to be mined around the year 2140. So if you think of it, we are only getting into the 5th halving in Bitcoin, and there will still be dozens more to come. So if you're watching this video, you're still early. Bitcoin usually hits an all-time high 1 year after the halving. You could be like, Jenny, we are already at all-time high, even before the halving event. And that's true because that has never happened in Bitcoin history. This cycle is different because the parabolic move was not triggered by retail investors. Instead, it was mostly traditional finance money, which makes it even crazier to think about, because if retail investors really start to come in as well, then we are way past 100K this cycle for sure. Another reason for my bullish outlook on Bitcoin is the improved macro environment. The stock market is at all-time high now, and I hate to admit, there's still relevance between crypto and stock, especially for tech stocks. Additionally, it's worth mentioning that interest rates are likely to decrease. After all, we have been in a high interest rate environment since March 2022. So that's a solid 24 months of high rates. So if we have been through that, we definitely deserve better times ahead for risk-on assets. And with the Federal Reserve signaling potential interest rate cuts in 2024, it encourages investors to take on even more risk due to the anticipation of lower cost of borrowing. Hence, not only Bitcoin is at all-time high now, stocks are also performing really well. But does it mean you should go all in at this price? I will say buying Bitcoin now is not optimal, but not terrible. It's higher than it has ever been, but also possibly lower than it will ever be. This is what makes investment interesting, because no one can time the market perfectly. No one knows what Bitcoin is going to do tomorrow or whenever is the best time to invest. On one hand, it's tempting because it's going up, but on the other hand, buying low and selling high is the golden rule of investing. But if you're just stepping into crypto and you have some spare money, or it's flexible for you to move some funds around and you really want to buy it, that's brilliant. Just slowly DCA, but I don't recommend go all in with all of your spare money, especially right now. You could invest a set amount of money at regular intervals, no matter what the price is a way to even out the highs and lows so you are not risking too much at once. For example, some people would set a buy order every Friday for maybe $100 in Bitcoin. That really isn't a set amount, but whatever you're comfortable with. Because you need to understand, crypto is still one of the most volatile assets in the world. Even though Wall Street money is already here and the volatility is only going to get smaller, you need to be able to stomach a 30% correction. Otherwise, please don't ever get into crypto. Another reason to be cautious right now is to do with the Fiat and Greed index. Fiat and Greed is a metric to measure market sentiment, and we are at extreme greed right now, which means likely we all get caught up in this hype. It could mean we are already at the overbought territory and it's time to take profit, or it could mean that there's still some room in the market for people to get even greedier when it comes to investing. We can never just rely on one indicator. Sometimes the metric will stay greedy for months before we start seeing a bigger correction. But personally, I'm still okay with buying at tops of Bitcoin because I know this is not going to be the ultimate top of Bitcoin history. You can call me a female version of Michael Saylor, but it's just because I'm looking at a much bigger picture here. But I will say I'm definitely not as intense as Michael Saylor, and I'll never get into debt for Bitcoin. For now. Ever since the introduction of spot Bitcoin ETF, institutions have been eagerly buying up available Bitcoin. Notably, BlackRock, one of the largest ETF providers, is heavily invested in Bitcoin, even surpassing MicroStrategy's holdings. In fact, institutions become so Bitcoin hungry and they have been buying all the supply from OTCs, and now there's a huge supply shortage. For the same period, we are seeing a massive outflow of gold ETFs of billions of dollars, while Bitcoin ETFs saw billions of inflows. Coincidence? Are people dumping the gold for Bitcoin? I don't know, I'll leave it to your imagination. But one thing for sure is that GLD has rallied for 7 years straight without stopping after the gold ETFs got approved. While Bitcoin has historically outpaced gold, the introduction of the spot ETF could further propel Bitcoin's ascent. And despite the increasing interest from Wall Street, many people are still unfamiliar with Bitcoin's potential. That means, again, if you're watching this video now, you are still considered as an early adopter. So to conclude this video, it's never too late to buy Bitcoin as long as your time horizon is at least 2 years or more. Bitcoin might not be an ideal option if all you want is a quick exponential gain, but long-term wise, it's a terrific investment one could have. There's also going to be the network effect. As Bitcoin adoption grows, its network effect strengthens. This, coupled with institutional and global interests, countries competing one another to stack up Bitcoins, all factors suggest ongoing growth potential. But since Bitcoin dominance is still high, I'm paying close attention to altcoins as they will likely outperform Bitcoin. If you're curious about what other altcoins I'm buying, make sure you follow me on Twitter because I'll be sharing a lot of alphas there.